Hey everybody, it's Benny One, and I'm back at you with another movie review, everybody. And I finally went and saw Jurassic World Dominion, everybody. The third movie in the Jurassic World trilogy, or the sixth movie in the Jurassic Park World franchise, whatever the hell you want to call it now. And supposedly, the way the movie ends and everything, and of course the way they promoted this is this is the end. And after watching the movie, I think it should be the end for a while. I think this franchise should probably take a rest. I don't know for how long, but I really think that it should take a rest and just kind of sit on the shelf for a little while and let things calm down. Because, yeah, we're going to talk about it, everybody. So, yes, Jurassic World Dominion, everyone, is directed by Colin Trevorrow. He came back to direct this third installment in the Jurassic World franchise. And you know what? I actually liked the first Jurassic World. I thought it was a great sequel to reintroduce us to Jurassic Park, because I think that it took the concept of the first movie and ran with it, actually, being the park is finally open, and we got to see that. Imagine it being open and everything, where we could just imagine that in the original Jurassic Park. So I think the first Jurassic World honestly set up this new trilogy really well, to tell you the truth. Now, the execution of the movies after it, because I think Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom is probably, for me, the worst Jurassic Park movie. And this new one, I don't know where I would put it in a ranking, but if I ever get to a point where I can rewatch all of them and then rank them, you guys will probably know. But yes, Colin Trevorrow, I like his directing style with Jurassic World. I thought he did a great job, but this movie, for some reason, there were parts in this movie throughout the entire movie where it almost seemed like two different people were filming this thing. Like, it really did. Like, I was a little confused by that. So I wasn't quite sure what was going on with all that, because he is stated as the sole director of the movie. So I'm not really sure what happened there. So, and now we'll get to our cast really quick before we dive into this movie, man. We got Chris Pratt, of course, back as Owen. We got Bryce Dallas Howard back as Claire. And then our legacy characters come back, everybody. Sam Neill is back as Alan Grant. Jeff Goldblum is back as Ian Malcolm. Laura Dern is back as Ellie Sattler. That's right, our legacy Jurassic Park characters all return again for the first time since the original Jurassic Park movie, everybody. And that was just awesome to see. Like, it was flat out great to see these guys back, even if I didn't quite fully understand and really get why they were doing what they were doing. I guess it didn't totally make a lot of sense to me that that's what they chose for them to be doing, to meet up with our new Jurassic World cast. It was really cool to see them back, though. It's nostalgia. It's a big selling point of the movie that they were using, for sure. So it was just great to see all of them back in the movie. And of course, Jeff Goldblum is delivering his Jeff Goldblum lines. I will say, though, that I do think that they did the humor that they chose to do with these characters is very modernized, like the type of humor that's in movies today. And I will say that I don't think it kind of fit very well with who these characters were established as, except for Ian, of course, Jeff Goldblum's character. It fits with him, but like Alan Grant, Sam Neill's character, the humor that they went with his character, to me, I guess it doesn't seem like it feels like a natural way that he would be cracking jokes and saying lines of dialogue from the two appearances that we saw him in Jurassic Park and Jurassic Park 3. So that was a little off for me. I just wasn't a big fan of that, for sure. And then Isabella Schumann, or whatever her name is, returns as Macy. She's the little girl from Fallen Kingdom, the clone. who is basically the daughter now of Owen and Claire. She returns, and then we have DeWanda Wise plays Kayla. She is a new character that gets thrown into this movie, and honestly, I think she kind of was a scene stiller. Like, she actually surprised the hell out of me. I actually enjoyed her character quite a bit, to tell you the truth. I was a little surprised by that. I just thought she was just going to be this average Joe Schmo character that they were adding into this movie. So, and the little geeky dude from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom is in the movie again, too. I can't remember what his name is. He was in Detective Pikachu. I can't remember his name. I forgot to write it down. So yes, the basic plot of this movie is after the events of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, the dinosaurs have been released into the population of the United States. So this movie picks up a little bit later, obviously, and there are literally dinosaurs living all around the world with humanity. That concept alone is what I feel like the movie should have solely been focused on, is actually not what the movie was focused on, really. Because I'm going to tell you right now, the trailers for this movie are very, very, very misleading. They're very misleading, and I would say not really in the best way. Because the trailers that we got, you were expecting this big monster Jurassic Park movie where dinosaurs are out everywhere across the world, and humanity is just learning how to live and has learned how to coexist and live with the dinosaurs. So you would think, okay, let's take that concept and let's run with it, and let's see how the humans have learned to do this. And they didn't run with it. That honestly was like the back burner part of the story, because the main part of the story is basically a kidnapping, because Macy and Blue get kidnapped, and then that's what the main focus of Owen and Claire's storyline is. The Jurassic World characters is on a mission to go rescue both of them and get them back from this evil corporation, InGen and Bio, whatever the fucking hell it was called, the evil corporation, because there's always an evil corporation in these movies. And then our legacy characters are deciding to go after the same evil corporation, and they're wondering why these big-ass locusts are around, and they're just consuming the world's crops and food. So they're going after this company to try and figure out why this shit's going on, and that's eventually how our two casts end up running into each other and meeting with each other. And it's great when they do, don't get me wrong. It's really great when they do. It's awesome to see them interact with each other, because I think I liked a lot of that when they did actually finally meet up with each other. I love the dialogue and the banter with everybody. It was great. It was awesome to see, but it focuses so much on that part of the story. And I would say the thing that was most interesting going into this movie, like, Jurassic World finally happened. Like, literally the title of this newer trilogy finally happened, and they didn't even really explore it, like, at all. Like, I would have expected this movie to be more about, like, almost being a apocalyptic type setting where humans are literally being challenged by the dinosaurs returning and being on the planet and living with all of us. And I just kind of expected them to go down that route, judging from what the trailers were showing. But it wasn't really what they did with the movie. I guess for me, to put it in simple terms, it's kind of, because this is a very huge, globe-trotting, epic movie. They go all over the place in this freaking movie, all over the world. So it kind of reminds me of I guess, the Mission Impossible franchise and a Jurassic Park movie. They kind of took those two, where it's a globe-trotting, almost spy espionage type movie mashed with a B average monster Jurassic Park movie. Very strange way that they decided to go about it. Now, is there awesome action? Yes, there's great action sequences in the movie, and I will say some of them, there was a couple of them that had me a little bit on the edge of my seat concerning Owen. Most definitely Owen. There was one part in the movie where I was like, oh man, is he even gonna make it? Like, I was surprised by that. So it has action, and you do get dinosaur stuff. Like they do deliver that monster dinosaur type stuff in the movie as well, just not as much as the trailers really led on to tell you the truth. It just, I guess I was surprised that they went the route with this movie that they decided to, because the movie is, like, critically and review wise, is not doing very hot. I think it had like a 30% on Rotten Tomatoes, which, it's whatever, man. Batman versus Superman has, I think, like a 28% or some shit on Rotten Tomatoes, and I absolutely love that movie. So the movie, and that's the thing, is like, the movie's entertaining. It's just your big, dumb, B average monster Jurassic Park movie. That's what it is. It does have entertaining stuff about it, but where the last one left off, story-wise, going into this, the decisions that they went with to tell this story that ended this franchise, I just feel like it was a huge misstep, and they really missed an opportunity to probably tell a very intriguing, cool story along with our monster Jurassic Park dinosaurs being in the world. And yeah, it was strange. The CGI looked really good. The CGI dinosaurs, I thought, honestly, they probably looked the best they've mostly looked. I thought that shit looked cool. Yeah, and of course you have your big new T-Rex threatening dinosaur, of course, in this movie. There's another new one that's evolved and whatever bullshit. There's always got to be a new big bad thing that can go up against the T-Rex. That it's almost like a gimmick now in all of these movies. So, but overall, guys, I mean, I think the movie did have entertainment value. The execution of the story was just very a letdown for me. So I am going to give Jurassic Park Dominion, or Jurassic World Dominion, not Jurassic Park. I'm wishing it was like Jurassic Park. Good God. So Jurassic World Dominion, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. It's another weak entry in this franchise, and I kind of hope it is the end for a while. Like I said in the beginning, I really think they should let this franchise rest for a good decade, maybe, and then let's revisit it and let's see what we can do with it. So I hope you guys enjoyed that review. I thank you for watching, and I'll be catching you on the tube later, because I have spoken.